spelling so hybrid, because we have here, we have you, and later we have people who will watch it afterwards, the recording. Also, welcome to you. Today, the energy started already working. I don't know if you feel it. This, like, my heart started pumping. So the spirits are ready to deliver tonight. We have a portal. Mercury is in retro, and tomorrow we have a new moon, and it's like a closure for the year. And it's a closure to leave everything behind and start really fresh to the new year. Especially, we have on the 21st of January, the Pluto in Aquarius. It's a new era. It's a new consciousness level. And the spirits wants us to leave the old consciousness and to raise. And nowadays, there are a lot of energies. And I asked here in the audience, like, how was your last days? And even me, I was had a lower energy. I didn't finish my work yesterday, for example, and I just rested. This is because the spirits wants us not to move that much, because they work on us, and we are probably mostly not aware of it. But this is really not subconscious, but something energetic, spiritual. So because on the one hand, we have the subconscious, the human body, and on the other hand, we have this spirituality and that, like, this beyond mind. And today will be a combination of both, but mostly the weight is on the spirituality. We will do different things. I didn't announce, for example, the third eye, because it came just today. Like, you have to work on their third eye chakra. Okay. And why is that? The third eye is one of the most important chakras, because it is the channel to the divine. So from the crown chakra, the energy flows, and the third eye is like the channel, the receiver. And if the third eye doesn't work, it doesn't matter how much energy we get from our crown chakra, but the third eye is not active, so we cannot translate the information and we don't get it. And then the spirits cannot talk to us. So it is very, very essential. So tonight we will work on that. We will do a time travel along completely this year and also the past, and clean up in a hypnotic way what is still bothering us and what is still holding our consciousness level lower than it should be. And the other thing is that we are writing down what we want to let go tonight, and where do we still procrastinate? How many times do we say, I will do this, I will do that, but we don't do it because we have a hidden agenda in our subconscious. So subconscious work plus spiritual work. And it will be a long journey, like around 1 hour, because I really want to work deep with you and not just a 15-minute meditation and the rest is only talking. The talking part is also nice because you get a lot of information. It's valuable, yes, for sure. But most important is that I guide you to that point and that the spirits can work on you. The spiritual world, the spiritual team, and all the beings, this light beings, can work mostly when we are not moving, when we are not talking, and when our mind is not active, because there is a silence, and within that silence, they can do the most work on us. But when we are in move, and so there is different energies interfering, and when there is in this nothingness, within this nothingness, then the energies can work more and more, and we get more awareness, because we are here on planet Earth within a human body, but there is much more beyond that. And sometimes we lose our balance between the material world and the spiritual world. And my mission is to bring you right in the middle, in the balanced way, not too much spiritual that you lose the connection to the world, and not too much material that you lose the connection to the spirits. Because we have here limited time. Yes, our soul, our being is infinite and limitless, but the time we have on planet Earth, so we can meditate for hours, we cannot change this. Yes, we can live a little bit longer, maybe a couple of years, we can maybe hit the 100 or 120, but it is the truth that we can not live for 200, 300 years. So it is making the best out of it. Outside in the world, there is, how do you call it? Like a lot of struggle going on with the war and different things. And we are focused on that, especially by the media, and they are doing it on purpose, that our energy stays low. Because when your energy stays low, then you cannot raise your consciousness for sure. So when you have a low energy, when you are in fear, being anxious, hopeless, desperate, then you can be controlled very easily. But when you get out of the illusion and watch everything, even the war, even the killing, when you watch it as a movie, then you have a different point. It is not being, I don't say like, don't care about it. It's not about caring, but I see people diving too much deep into that they get lost, that they affect their own lives, that they affect their abundance, their family lives, their children, love life, relationship. Everything gets affected by the outside effects. So not even only the war, by the way, it's anything what is happening outside, politics, whatever. So even when you watch this, remember everything is an illusion, and everything happens because the creator allows it, even the killing. And it's not on us to judge the creator. Why is this happening? And this is not fair. There is no justice, whatever. It's like, okay, how can I contribute here? And you can contribute with your donations, with your light, with your prayers, with your meditations, but not by being sad, being crying all the time or whatever. So the message from the spirits here is stay high vibrational, because from there you can even affect the whole world. You as one person, as a one-man show, you don't know what you are capable of. So you have to remember who you are. And this is tonight is going exactly about this. The thing is that the big saboteur is the subconscious, our reptilian brain, and our amygdala. So to get to the spiritual point, it is important that you solve and understand how this amygdala and the reptilian brain works. Only if you understand and get that, then you have this awareness. I give on myself an example. Yes, I have a high awareness and a consciousness level, okay, but it doesn't mean that my reptilian brain and my amygdala is off. It's impossible. I have to be dead that it's off. It is working all the time. And it is not about fighting it. It is about controlling it and being aware of it. When I first moved to Dubai, the first 2 weeks, my reptilian brain, amygdala, was freaking out like, oh my God, what the hell are you doing here? You got out of your comfort zone. What if you cannot make it? Blah, blah, blah. Because it was a huge shift. The thing is, I was aware of it. I listened to it and I said, okay, calm down, everything will be good. So I have a self-talk with this reptilian brain. What I want to say is that raising your consciousness level doesn't mean that your brain stops working, or it is more in a different state. And it is about to getting there. And if you get there, then you have the whole control in your hands, and then you cannot be controlled anymore from the outside world. It is about manipulation, but in a positive way. Your brain and your environment, being aware of the narcissist, being aware of the ruthless people, being aware of the people who have, for example, dark energies or entities with them, and that you are aware of them, and not being afraid and running away, but being aware and, okay, this is a negative person, or this energy is not that good. So how can I either protect myself, or how can I stay in my light? Because in the outside world, there are less conscious people. So you cannot hide yourself. You cannot just be under the bed and just hiding, yeah, like saying that way. So you have to be aware of your own superpowers and start manipulating. I give you one more example. Before I didn't have that conscious level, I was like, oh, I have to protect myself. This person is negative. But I was overwhelmed and exhausted in the end by all the time protecting myself. After this, so I was in London in a club. Like people said, okay, let's go there. And before that, oh no, there are dark energies. I don't go because there's alcohol, blah blah blah. And I said, okay, let's do it. Go there. And I was there, and I can see the energies. And yes, those places have a lot of dark energies because alcohol is affecting a lot with that. But I was like in my own superpower, in my own light. And I stepped in there and I imagined myself lighting up this dark place with my light and not taking anything, but giving my light. So if all of you would be aware of this and you step into some fields where there is dark energy, but you light it up, how would it then be? And how would the world be when all of us would act that way and not hiding, protecting? The spirits are really pissed, by the way, because we make ourselves so small. I have to protect myself. Oh, I have to wear the stones, the crystals, blah, 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 and do this ritual. I don't want to make fun of it. Do it. I have also my stones with me, but it's not making them greater than yourself. Don't symbolize it too much. Yes, wear it as a reminder, as a protection. That's totally fine. But make no symbol, no crystal, nothing bigger than yourself, greater than yourself, because you are the great one. You are the light. And it is always like this blah, blah, oh, we are light and love. And it is like maybe hard to grasp it. But when you raise your consciousness level, then you will be aware of it, what it really means. And just spreading out the lights. And here the intuition taps in, because when your third eye chakra is active and you are in your light, then everything, business-wise, relationship, friendships, even little things during your day will work out like this. For example, I had to call someone who was important and not easy to catch. And the spirit said, write him now, exactly now. And I hear this and I take it because the intuition works. And I wrote, oh, this is a perfect timing. Let's catch up for a coffee. In that very moment, I catched him. And it is exactly because if your intuition works, then you can hear this voice and you act like that. So intuition, it is spiritual, but you can use it also in business and in every kind, or even this searching for an apartment or whatever. And this makes living much more funnier and much more easier and joyful, because you don't struggle anymore. There is no hustle anymore. When I was in Dubai, I was looking for an apartment and my reptilian brain took over and I was searching. Oh my God, I cannot find an apartment. I said, okay, Melissa, what are you doing? This is not the way how it works. And I deleted the app and I said really to the spirits, you know what? Find me an apartment. But I not only say, find me an apartment. When I was networking, I always said to people, I'm looking for an apartment. I'm looking for an apartment. Let me know. For sure, at one of these networking events, this one woman, oh, I know someone who is renting her apartment for 6 weeks. Wow, that's perfect. And then it was like tactile, and we directly clicked. It was so easy, and the apartment is exactly how I imagined that. So manifestation, intuition, everything works, long lasting. There is no tests behind that. There is no trick behind that. But the only negotiation here is that the subconscious, the reptilian brain, is under control and it's believing with you. Okay, Melissa is the boss. She will handle that because until now it worked out. If you have a more stronger subconscious, so it takes over all the time, and this one is the boss, then it will be much more harder to manifest or use the intuition, because your mind will be always interfere. Yeah, but what if blah, 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 and maybe you should, and this guarantee thing, and being certain and having this security. This is why many people cannot get out of their comfort zone. We stick in our comfort zone because of that. And when I quit my job this year and have this whole journey, when I look back, I really can understand now people how they want to get out of this comfort zone, but they cannot because their subconscious is too strong and you have to reverse it. being aware, okay, my subconscious is taking over. I had so many hypnotherapies on my own until I got here, or breath work and so on. So like I had around 40, 50 sessions. It doesn't mean that you have to do it too, but it's a work. But it is worth it, because in the end, the results are there. And even I sometimes say like, oh my God, you really made it. Like months ago, I was exactly imagining myself in Dubai, at my desk in the at the bureau. I was thinking, oh, they have such a beautiful life, looking at the stories and reels, and I'm in my office, so unhappy. And now I'm here. So how is that possible? When you believe in that. And the belief is so important, and the mindset. So we are going today to clean up what is left. I'm pretty sure you all, I mean, you too, worked on your subconscious already, but there is always something that is lingering. So we will look on that. And this will be a combined work, because normally we let the subconscious work, but tonight the spirits will interfere into our subconscious. This is very interesting. So they will clear it with us together, that it is a long-lasting event. So that's also in the DNA. So they will, yeah, like lights going into our DNA and cleaning it. So you might ask, like, okay, like how is this possible that then spirit goes in, like, into my body? So here comes the quantum physics a little bit. So as you know, we are made of cells, and the cells are made of atoms, and the atoms are protons, neurons, and so electrons. And you know, you have the quarks in the inside. And when you look into the inside of it, 99.9%, like 99999, it's energy. So this is science. This is nothing spiritual. This is science. So normally we are made of energy. And for our mind, it is really hard to grasp that we are only 0.0001 material. And like, because like, how can this be? Yeah, but this is the mind part. So the mind cannot understand that. So the spirits are also energy, but we cannot see it with our retina, because they are very, very, very high vibrational. So it is impossible to see it with the retinas. Why is that? Because you cannot even see Wi-Fi, the other waves. So how can you see even these high vibrations? The only thing what the spirits can do, indeed, they can play with lights. They can play with sound. So everything that has a wave, they can play with it. So when you see light, so this you can see, but you cannot see the spirit itself in a shape, like a being, but you can see it with your third eye. When I was visiting all the classes, and the teacher said, oh, I see this spirit, I see that spirit. And I always thought they see it with the real eye, with the retina, but that's not possible. I know that people say, I see it with the retina, but when you research on that, it is, as I said, impossible because of the vibration. This is also something scientific. So with the third eye, you are able to see it. And for this, the third eye needs to be open. If you have a closed third eye chakra, this means that your mind is much active, and you don't trust your intuition, and you have no trust to the universe. It is a sign of disconnection. So you don't know, it may be that you have problems to take decisions, for example, and this leads to procrastination, by the way. Should I go to the left or should I go to the right? Should I do this or that? And which one is now the right thing? And being between the heart and the mind. And this is exactly the fight when our third eye especially don't work. And if it's active, then for sure you are able to sense it, to feel it, and to see it, also to see the spirits. So let me see. Okay, you have also I unmuted you also, that there is no problems, but if you have any questions, you can always ask in the chat, or you are free to speak for sure. And yes, so let me check about other things. Yes, okay. The spirits wants from you a commitment. A commitment is always important, and speaking out loud is important. And they really want to encourage you to say, they say like, stop being the hero or trying to be the hero. Stop trying to do things on your own. I had that message when I was in a reading session, and one person had a big entity. It was really stubborn, and but I was trying to do it with my own techniques on my own. And then they whispered like, can you please ask us for help so we can do something? And I said to myself, yes, why do I try it on my own when I have an army behind me? So I was getting the information, and then I worked with them all together, and it was so much easier, and it was really like gone. And yes, you will get the recording. I will send to you all that you have it. So don't worry about that. If you have to step out or whatever, or if we have latecomers, no problem. And so this is the point. So ask your spiritual guidance, even if you cannot see it, by the way. I didn't see them too, and I don't have to see them. I know they are there, and I don't know how is it with you, but if I'm like this awareness, I don't see them. But if I would read you, I see yours easier than my own, because I have also a mind who was like saying, is it now your mind? But in a meditative state, you see them. So you will meet them today too. And it will be really, yeah, I'm really interested what will happen. But before we come to that, so I was telling the spirits wants from you a commitment next to the to asking out loud. What I had a session yesterday, and spirits asked the person like, what do you want? Yeah, I want to be happy. I want to be doing beautiful things. Like it was so unclear, like, okay, but what do you want? And sometimes we don't know what we want, because our mind is limited with our imagination. One example with that, imagine a woman in Iran, for example, and she never watched TV. She is in her own life, and she never have a connection to the outside world, no internet. Can you tell this woman, imagine the Eiffel Tower from Paris or the London Eye? No, because she never saw it. She cannot imagine it. This is exactly with us the same. Our imagination is limited. Also with that, unfortunately, our manifestation is limited, because how can you manifest or imagine something which is beyond? So we also leave that door open and let the spirits also guide us. So it is nothing bad that you don't know what you want, but then ask for it, ask for guidance, ask for dreams, ask for signs, so that they can show you, that they can guide you to that. I give you another example. Last year, a friend of mine invited me as a birthday gift to Los Angeles. And this was the first time I was flying business class. And I was imagining that, but I never knew how it feels. So with this imagination, I could realize that, and I really experienced that. And now I know even how it feels, and it feels beautiful. So this is the one. Perfect, because I wanted it and I get it. Perfect. But then when I was in February in Dubai, there was the opportunity to go to the desert and make with the Jeeps some desert ride. I never manifested that, and I never even imagined that. But I had the most beautiful fun time in my life, and I really loved it. So this is what I mean. I never could experience that because I didn't manifest it, and I wasn't aware of it, because like, okay, desert trip, it's not in my field, but the spirits send it to me, because I always ask the spirits, what else is possible? What else is possible beyond my imagination? This is my daily mantra. So also to share it with you. And it is really, really worthy to ask it. Don't stick on your manifestation, but also say, okay, what else is possible beyond? Because if it's beyond, you cannot see it, you cannot imagine it. So let the spirits show you that. And then you meet some people who will guide you or bring you or tell you some opportunities or whatever, and stay open to that. Back to the commitment. 2024 is within 2 weeks. So what do you want? Okay, there is a part beyond imagination. We got that. There's no problem. You don't have to write it down for sure, because you cannot. This will be like your last sentence. But I want you now to write down, like, as a commitment to the universe, to God, to the creator, to the spirits. What are you committed? Last year, I was committed to finish my book because I procrastinated for weeks. I committed to quit my job and I asked for guidance, and I did that. I was committed to be on stage. I really, really wanted that. I was on stage. I wanted to do my coaching business and not this other corporate thing, and I got that. So this was within my limited manifestation, let's say it that way, but it was beautiful and I loved it. And I said, okay, and what is beyond that possible? And I asked for new like-minded people, which I also met. So this was my commitment. And I said, okay, I will not procrastinate. What is my commitment here? I did courses. I was looking for it. I was working on my book. I made time slots where I said, okay, 5 days, the whole week, I will do nothing else than write the book. And I did nothing else than writing the book. So the spirits say, oh, Melissa's committed and she is giving really everything. And then you get the gifts. But like half committed or sleeping and saying, I go tomorrow, this will not help. Do the gym or whatever. So now, like, write down my commitment for 2024. And what do you want to do in a different way? You can start writing, like what is it? What are you not happy with this year? Like, this I could have done better. What is it? Write it down. You can also say, like, I want to break my pattern of being in a lack of money or lack of abundance. I want to break this pattern. Even this is a commitment, but the spirits want like a contract with them. So this is what I am asking you now. You have, so I give you some couple of minutes, take your time and write it down so that you be aware.